There is one new cell that I'm really excited about. It's called a Muse cell,
Okay.
MUSC cell, developed in Japan. And these are actually...
And this is separate to the NK cells, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, these are separate. And Muse cells, they're saying they're actually regenerative, right?
Okay.
And so I'm diving into the science around Muse cells right now because I think this could be a game changer, because people don't want to have surgery anymore. They don't have knee replacements and hip replacements and shoulder replacements. And, and what about people that are suffering from neurodegenerative diseases?
Right. MS.
There's no, MS, there's no treatment to actually reverse the course of these diseases. Right. So super excited about Muse cells, Yamanaka treatments, and what's going on there is incredibly exciting. And I think in the next 10 years, we're really going to see a quantum leap in regenerative medicine. Sadly, it's not going to come from a United States-based company unless they figure out a way
to allow the research to get
politically make this happen. Yeah.
When it comes to the Muse cells, Darshan, where are people deriving them from? What is the conditions they're harvested in? Is there a little bit more information on that?
Yeah, they're doing most of this all in Japan, as far as I know. And so I have yet to visit their labs. I'm really trying to get out there to visit them. And also my kids really want to go to Japan. So I'm going to try to
family trip right there.
Yeah, and I want to really spend some time with the scientists that are doing this. Yeah, it's really interesting. I don't have a lot of specific details there from you, but for you, I do know they come from the umbilical cords as well. So they're harvested from cords. And I do know that they are put through a very specific extraction technique. And so that's all I know right at this moment.
And when you're doing the mesenchyme stem cells for patients right now, is there a specific dosage you always stick to within certain parameters that you don't go above?
No, it's very much dependent on the severity of whatever the patient is going after. There's a cost to every 5 million stem cells, there's a cost to it. So how much it's actually going to be within the means of the patient to do. And then also we always tell people, you don't have to do 100 million stem cells to start off with. These are really powerful mesenchymal cells. So let's start with a lower dose, see if you have any improvement and how long that improvement lasts. And if it lasts like a good amount of time, you don't need to increase the dose. We already know this dose worked for you for 6 months. Let's just stick with that, so.
And then are you also stacking during these treatments things like exosomes in there as well? Do you see incredible results stacking stem cells with exosome treatments spaced out a little bit?
Absolutely. Okay, so stem cells will work much, much better if you give them the right environment in which to succeed, okay? So that involves, number one, reducing inflammation as much as possible. Prior to the stem cell therapy. And so we are actually using plasma exchange to reduce kind of the inflammatory milieu of the body and reduce a toxic burden of the body prior to stem cell therapy. Then stem cells and just healing in general need a positive healing environment. That means giving it all the precursors it needs to create that, including NAD. So we use IV NAD, IV nutrients, and also hyperbaric oxygen therapy has been shown to accelerate the efficacy of stem cell therapy as well. So we're doing all of this in combination anytime someone gets stem cells.